Welcome to Sheni v'Chamishi. This is Tokyo. There are people that they remove ayin hara. I heard about them in the movies, some folklore. So anyway, the Torah has lots of laws, but they don't apply today, like lashing people, and a lot of the laws seem very silly. So people don't, they try to apply the ones that work, like, that intermarry, no one knows which tribe to which tribe, because today it's a spiritual religion anyway. So, one of the no-nos in the Judaism was the witchcraft, people who remove ayin hara and they sell these remedies and kameas. But naturally humans need this, and meaning humans reach out to it. They need they need answers. And there are people who are not professionals in any field who turn to be people who give such answers or make things up like that. So it's there's a mashpia and a makabel, so to speak. There's a need for it, there's a supply, there's a demand, so it happens. I just heard someone's story that they got an answer that didn't make any sense. They said, well, you want to go, like some decisions, life decisions, you want to go there, you'll be stable there, and financially, but you won't be happy, this is also an option. So basically, not only are they not giving you any advice, they're not even making a decision for you, which that's something that you cannot do. You can't, even a medical professional can't make a decision. He can tell you, if you want to have a better job, you have to take this type of medication to keep yourself stable. These are the answers that science gives. They're predictable, they're honest, they're concise, and they're to the point. The unfortunate thing is that most uneducated people never had a taste of that. There are people that did. They've tasted what it's like to live based on predictability and rational. However, they turn back to the weak. They're spiritual suckers. They want this type of going into a session and getting no clear answers and getting someone to think for you, and the person that's thinking for you, some of them are really, they pretend to know. They're really delusional, so they're not feeling you out. They're what they call cold reading, but they actually do tell you what decisions to make. They'll tell you clearly this to this no, to this yes. So those are much more difficult to catch them in the act because it sounds more believable. But when they give you no clear advice, they just throw a bunch of things out there and you walk out and it kind of makes sense to you. And again, all this is because it takes time to disprove or to see clearly that this is a lie. So for a predictable person, someone who studies cause and effect and the outcome, any rational person, you don't need time. You understand that what the person is saying makes no sense. However, so anyway, this is so what do you do with the Frum community? So in the Frum community, clearly it's against the Torah for these people to do it. The only people allowed to do it are the priests. After the priests were gone and the prophets and the kings were gone and they lost the temple, so it became a religion of rabbis. What the rabbis would do is they would give you the advice that they have, and they would, whatever they didn't have, as it says in the Mishnah, Chacham masha eini yodea omer eini yodea. So it says, I can't give you any advice but something I don't know. So the rabbis were not prophets or magicians. They were simply there to either do the ceremonies, brisses, baby namings, read the Torah, sing, and tell you what to eat and when to pray, and whatever the halacha would deal with. And then there was wisdom, where they would give you some wisdom for life and philosophy. But again, it wasn't. The rabbis weren't greatly. It didn't start out as a philosophy. It started out as a guide for the masses. They wanted to know what to do and how to practice. It's a religion, But the best guide for life is the philosophers, because they not only do they give you good advice, but they also teach you how to think. So then you had Moses Maimonides, and then from him came, he studied by the Arabs, but he taught many Jewish rabbis philosophy, and until today we have always, for every 100 rabbis, you have a good amount of like 10 good ones that actually have a philosophy background. And it's just, they open the Rambam. The Rambam is the first text we have for philosophical Judaism and secular Judaism, which is a type of Judaism that understands the masses' needs but doesn't believe what the masses believe. So these quacks, aside for them being foolish, like what is it, removing Ayin Hara? What the hell does that mean? Doesn't it clearly say in the Talmud that if you don't believe in it, then it doesn't exist? So aside for it being foolish, it's also cruel. The ones that have the real chutzpah and really go into someone's life and ruin it, most of them are afraid because they know, deep down they know that somehow there is going to be someone's cousin or a skeptic is going to come along or someone's going to hold them responsible. So they're afraid to actually go and do the cruel deed, which is to give someone bad advice based on bad evidence, based on no evidence at all, based on just quackery. Because when you ask them, where did you study it, and what's your how do you know this, and how do you know that, and how do you know I won't be happy or I would be happy, or what is happiness, So they say these loaded words that lead people to, if not be confused, believe it, but that goes hand in hand, because you believe something because you don't know it rationally. If it's rational, it's not a belief. This is the life. This is what happens. This is the outcome. But you usually go for you'll believe something because it just doesn't make sense, and you take it on faith. So they say you will be happy, you will be comfortable, and all these general words. And what do you mean by that? First of all, how do you know the person is going to be financially stable? Nobody knows. Parnasa it's really luck. It's luck because it entails a lot of things, and you can't line those things up. You can get an education, but you can't always guarantee that you're going to be able to apply this education to the task and the job that you have in life, and how the markets will work, and it depends what you're getting into and stuff like that. So it doesn't take a lot to educate the masses, because even if people want this, some people clearly know, they're educated, they know this is false, but they want it. So even for that, at least people have the possibility to see that they're speaking to a quack once they want to grow out of it and they want to take responsibility. Thank you for watching.